Do you have an online account with IFTTT, if this then that? Would you like to take a few precautions to keep your account from being hijacked? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to take you through 3 steps that's going to help prevent that from happening. Now, let's get started. Welcome to another edition of Tech Bites with Ron Nutter, your home for all things relating to smart home technology. In this episode, we're going to talk about protecting your IFTTT account with two-factor authentication. Hi, I'm Ron Nutter, and we're going to be working on this together. This content is available as an Amazon Flash briefing or podcast. Please go to techbiteswithronnutter.com for more information. For any items mentioned in this episode, there are affiliate links in the description. If you click on these links, I will get a small commission, but that won't affect the price you pay for the item. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please click on subscribe and enable notifications. If this video helps you or provides value, please click on that like button, thumbs up. Now, if you have any amount of smart home technology, you've probably seen references to something called IFTTT, which stands for if this, then that. And it's some nice ways of giving extensions to provide functionality beyond what is available with the base product. So especially if it's a cloud linked app, and it pretty much has to be for you to be able to link into IFTTT, then you can do some additional things like to automatically say turn on an outside light at 5 minutes after sunset, or when the mail gets delivered, flash the light blue. So there's all sorts of things you can do. So we're going to talk in this case with IFTTT about setting up SMS and soft token. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I've already gotten logged in to the IFTTT web interface, and if you haven't used it before, while there is a smartphone app that you can use, I find sometimes you can't get to everything you want to, or it's not as easy to use or intuitive as a web interface. So for most part on all this two-factor authentication videos, we'll be going through the web interface unless there's just simply no option. So we'll click on my ugly mug. We'll go down to account, scroll down here, and we will enable two-step verification, and we will flip over here to Bitwarden. We will copy my password, and we will click on that. Click verify. Okay, now it's happy. So what we'll do first is we'll do text message, and then we will look at the Authenticator app. So text message, we'll say use text messages, and phone number. Let me pull up because I've been using Google Voice more and more, and I want to make sure I've got the right phone number. And if you haven't heard of Google Voice, it is something that is very handy to use. It lets you use some additional services, and you don't have to expose your main number. So if you're like me and you have multiple phones, you don't have to remember which phone that it's actually set up on. So we will type in the code that IFTTT sent, and to their credit, they actually tell you what service it's coming from. So if you do, if I can type in the right code here, 518-104, I'll get it right here. And we'll click verify. And you do, again, anytime these services give you a backup code, please get that put in your password manager or put it in a safe place. Because at this point, from what they're telling you right here, you're not going to be able to get into the account, and apparently even IFTTT would not be able to help you. So we've got that all in place. So let's go ahead and we will sign out just to test it, and we will click sign in. Now we should get a code 115342. Okay. And we're in. So we've got that up and running, and we'll now go on to doing the soft token. When you're setting up that new account for the smart home cloud service or device, please get a copy of my smart home device account checklist you see here on the screen. This will help make sure that everything gets written down that you entered to get that account created. The form will also serve as a backup copy when you get this entered into your password manager app. And if you're not already using a password manager app, please get one now and get started. Please click on the link in the YouTube description or podcast show notes to get that checklist. You will get subscribed to my email list in exchange for the checklist. I won't share, rent, or sell your information to anyone. All right, now we're going to go ahead and move on to doing the soft token. And I learned in setting this up that you can't stack authentication methods. So I had to actually disable it to get this part to work the way it should have. So we'll enable two-step verification. And when we will move over here and get the password in play and get that pasted in and verify. Okay, now we'll say use Authenticator app. Now, again, on any of these sites where we're setting up two-factor authentication, make sure you get a picture of what they give you on the screen so that you've got both the QR code and the, what I'll call the magic key below. So if you're using something like Bitwarden on a computer where you don't have a camera, then this is where this code can come in handy. So we'll say copy, and we'll go over here to Bitwarden. We're going to go in and edit, and we will paste and save. And see, as soon as we save, then it has the code. You can see where it's given the countdown clock. So we'll copy the code and come over here, and we will paste and verify. Please, please copy this code. I got locked out in the process of doing this video. Part of it was my own fault. I didn't have this code handy. Then I also learned something else. So after you've got this code copied for your login and then click accept, there's another little secret I'm going to tell you, and that's going to be when you get prompted on making changes and you have two-factor authentication turned on. If you're within the 30-second window, it's going to say enter your code. I was waiting for another code. That's not what you need to do. So you want to make sure that you at least try the last code that you got, because I even went into the Google Voice app because I wasn't getting anything on the phone through the forwarding I've got set up through Google Voice, and the Google Voice app wasn't seeing anything either. So that told me the code was not making it from IFTTT. So this is a good reason to have, if it will allow you to stack two-factor authentication options, to have that available. So that's just some lessons I've learned just to make it hopefully help you avoid some heartburn in the process. But this is a way to protect your IFTTT account, and it's well worth taking the time, especially when you get all these things potentially in your smart home that may be linked into that. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, and you probably are at this point, you're going to see videos on the screen that are similar to the one that you're watching now, or other content that YouTube thinks you might be interested in. If this video helps you or provides value, please click on that like button, thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please click on that subscribe button now and enable notifications. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.